Hello, children. Are you ready for some cutting up and kikiing? Are you ready for a gay old time? Well, I hope you are, because now it's time for Hey Queen with your host, Johnny McGovern.
Hey Queen, come on and spill the tea. Hey Queen, it's just a good old-fashioned kiki. Hey Queen, we're cutting up with Johnny. Hey, 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 hey. Hey Queen.
Hello, my beautiful gay babies, and welcome to another faggoty episode of Hey Queen with me, your host, Johnny McGovern. Oh, we have a show for you today. A show, honey. An S-H-O-W, darling. The icon behind the icon is here today, Mr. Matthew Anderson. Gag on it, darling. The elusive minx is in the studio. Oh, and she's giving us face, darling, face. But before we bring Matthew out, there's another beautiful face and body I need to introduce. She's a Sophia to my Dorothy. She's the inspiration for both the Venus de Milo and the actual planet Venus. She's Ashford and Simpson's missing gangster love child. It's Miss Lady Red Couture. Hey, hey, Queen.
Hey, Queen.
Oh, Queen. We are giving you matchy poo today.
We are giving you young and fierce, honey.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
The turquoise brings out the purple and the pink and the set.
Yes.
You're giving me kind of like a Dreamgirls effect.
Oh, yes, honey. I was painting for Dina, but Effie came out.
Yes, she did. I heard the Dreamgirls theme, your own special dream.
Okay, yeah. More like a nightmare on break.
Oh, okay. All right, then. You've been up for this very early in the morning, hunty.
Well, you gotta get her. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. When Miss Matthew Anderson is now.
Are you crazy?
She wakes up early
Oh,
to
my
get
God.
painted.
Okay, yes, I have on 3 pounds of paint, baby.
When I woke up this morning, you had pink glitter lips just to go to the studio because you're wearing a pink tracksuit.
Don't tell everybody I'm crazy. They
Yeah,
know.
you are. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's what one of the beauties of spending so much time together is that those pink glitter lips. The only person that saw them was me.
It was you.
And I love it. They ain't nothing better than that. And then you changed it to your purple blue lips.
Oh, just a mess, right?
Oh, gorgeous. Well, she's got to paint her for her life.
Oh, yes, especially with that girl in the
The
building.
time has come to paint for your life. Oh my goodness, it's so exciting.
God.
So exciting.
Yes.
Matthew Anderson finally here. What a dream. We finally got him for ourselves. Now, Lady Red, you know that Matthew was discovered doing makeup at the Palladium in
What?
New York City.
What?
Yeah, back in the old club days of New York City.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, let me tell you, Lady Red, that's what I mean. The big clubs of New York City is where all of this began, where my
Yes.
inspirations for this show began. I mean, the Roxy, Palladium, the Twilo, the Limelight. You don't even know what the Limelight is?
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
I don't know what that is. Yes, I thought you wouldn't, so I'm going to tell you about it. Limelight was a big club, Lady Red, but it was in a church.
Oh.
I mean, a big, old, stained glass window having church, Lady Red.
cathedral.
Yes, like a cathedral, for sure. I mean, that was the first big club I ever went to.
Yes.
That was the first time I ever did ecstasy. Yes. Not that I would ever do such a thing now, darling. Never! The first time I did ecstasy. The first time, therefore, I groped a gentleman in public and made out with a man in public.
Oh.
Because you know when you're on there, you're like, what it feels so good. Oh, hello, everyone.
Is that what it do?
Oh, is that what it do? Yes, that's what it do.
All right.
It was the first time I ever saw drag queens giving shows.
Yeah.
I mean, that was everything. Not only is the Limelight was also where the Party Monster stuff happened. All that happened there
Oh,
too.
boy.
The club kids were born there. All there, Lady Red. Yes. You know what that is now, Lady Red? Those days are over.
Oh.
Those days are over, Lady Red.
Yeah.
Because the Limelight is now a mall. Yes, it's a mall. Lady Red. It's a mall.
That's it.
It's a mall. They once thought they were going to put an IHOP there.
Uh-uh.
And I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, my
That IHOP
goodness.
special pancake menu is going to be good.
Ooh.
Special K pancakes, the ecstasy pancakes, cocaine pancakes. Don't get the cocaine pancakes. You know why? There's cocaine in them. Girl, are you ready for this show?
I'm so excited.
You are.
Yes.
And you know what? You don't have to worry because as soon as Matthew came in, he said, I've judged you already, darling.
Already.
So all the pressure's gone. Let's just have fun. So you don't have to worry about nothing.
Oh, my
We'll just relax and have fun.
Yes.
Because coming up next, presented by Dragaholic, it's Mr. Matthew Anderson after this very gay break.
Yay!
To be the gayest of all time, better make it out tonight. It's amazing. Rainbow Ride is the gayest of all time. You got me hypnotized. That shit is super size. That thing was that grand prize. You know about me, well, forget what you heard. I want a sexy nerd. Areas, I like your man areas. You know I like to lick your man.
Middle-aged lady in my aerobics class, doing everything modified.
Texting on the dance floor. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, it's the gayest of all time. Of all time.
I have been trying to get this motherfucker here for a minute, and he finally is here. He is a makeup artist, a photographer, a creative producer, and an all-around icon. Let's take a look at some of his looks. And here he is, Mr. Matthew Anderson! Hey, Queen!
Hey, honey.
Oh, my goodness.
I know I'm not easy to track down. You've worked very hard to rout me out of my foxhole.
I did. I would send you messages like, hello, Matthew, it's just me again, darling. Hello, my elusive minx, how are you?
At this point, people who know me realize that it's just being persistent and not taking it personally is the way to go.
Let's start with some new news. You have left Facebook.
Well,
And then you came back. You tried to leave.
No, I resent that.
Okay, good. Let's start on a spicy note.
No, bloody Spotify said, I'm going to sign you in. It's like, no, oh, what? It's like, we've reactivated your account. And it's like, bugger. It's like,
Right.
that's like the long kiss goodbye. It's like, this time for sure. It's like, oh, I think I'm done for the moment.
Right. You
It just
regenerate.
Well, that it just sort of felt like, as doing this, it's like, oh, this is just going to close this door on this particular chapter. Mm-hmm. So after that, I just said, I haven't taken a picture of, my mug, all done up in months, 4 or 5 months.
Because how you just did the Instagram art show of
Yes.
all of your different portraits that we just saw a little bit of.
Yeah, it just started with a picture with me wearing RuPaul's wig,
Right.
because that's what I do.
Because you're at home with the wigs.
Well, it's not even at home with the wigs. It's like I'm a warm body in a hot wig. It's like just try things on and see how they look, and it's just like, ooh, so sexy. So it just went from there, and people were like, oh, that's amazing, blah blah blah. And there was the whole sort of the phenomenon because I had the big beard before it was lumbersexual hipster
Right.
rightness. I had this enormous beard because I was actually not well for a while, and I thought, oh, fuck it, I'm going to lie down and just,
Grow a beard.
just rip Van Winkle the bitch.
Little did you know it would become the hottest new trend.
Well, there you go. I love my big beard, and it was really good.
We've been seeing the influence of your beard on this season's RuPaul Drag Race Season 7.
Yes, I know it's taken them forever to get past the ladies with beards.
I know. It seems like this season we're getting a little bit of a taste of alterna drag and androjo femme and all sorts of interesting things.
It comes along slowly, but the drag race formula they try to keep it.
Understandable.
Well, yes, and it's like, once you start introducing so many things, it gets very diffused. So you sort of want a reasonably level playing field in order for everyone to compete.
I mean, I know RuPaul has said in the past that we had to get very easily understandable drag queens for the first couple seasons.
They had to sort of understand what drag was just in its most sort of obvious and basic form before. Because there's some really strange things out there.
Yes, there are. Strange and beautiful.
And I alone, I might be one of them.
Just perhaps, darling. I'm not sure. Perhaps. So we have the Bearded Challenge this year, and you're a creative producer on the show, as well as the creator of The Monster.
Yes. The Monster is my main focus. But I sit in on meetings. I see your audition tapes.
Oh. Lady Red, did you hear that? Lady Red is so scared right now, Matthew. She's just lying down. She's scared. She doesn't know what to say.
She doesn't
She's
look like
nervous.
she has fear. She looks like she has food.
Oh, yeah. At all times, it makes me nice and comfortable.
That's stress eating right
But
there. Like, darling, I told you not to cut to me. I don't know what to say. I've been painting since 6 in the morning, please.
And she looks beautiful.
Oh, did you hear that, Lady Round? Round of applause for your makeup. You just made her life. So tell me about the process of getting ready for a season of Drag Race with RuPaul, because, I mean, that is... Because you're in charge of the hair and the makeup, and then Zaldi does the dresses.
Zaldi does the frocks.
And
Zaldi
the frocks,
and his
of course.
crew does that. We find out, okay, obviously it's like, we're doing it, it's like, yay,
Right.
here's the date. I usually spend I actually try to sort of maintain the wigs in between, like sort of clean them after the show and have them sort of set up. The thing is with on the day, a lot of the outfits don't come until the night before.
Right.
Because there's so many outfits and the time crunch, so often things are they're being made and coming in.
Getting delivered,
So everyone's
and
just
then you have to figure it out.
Well, what's your inspiration? It's like that it shows up. Which, and I mean, we get a few pictures and everything, but that's it. It's like, it's organized, but it's a sort of an organized chaos.
Now tell me, let's get. I
All right,
really
you
want to
wanna-
get into this moment and you have a couple. I know Drag Race happens quickly. It's over just like a month or two, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. So you're getting the
It
dresses.
feels like 100 years. when you're doing it.
Right.
It feels very long when you're doing it, but it also doesn't feel long at all. So it's like a month and a week or something like that.
Right. And how much? So you have just a little bit of prep time. You see the outfit, and then you start to get ideas for the hair and the makeup as you see the outfit.
I honestly, and I've never really done this, I don't really match things to an outfit. Mm-hmm. I just think of proportions of hair that I want to see and have them set up. And I used to do, back in the old days, we used to build great big wigs with just like 2 cans of hairspray, and they would stay that way. Like, he had a wig in a box for years, and he keeps all of his stuff really nicely. Everything's archived and placed properly. So some of those wigs were like in updos for like 2 or 3 years at a time. And it's like, why does it still look like that? But at this point, I build a lot of it on Rue's head now.
Oh.
Because I don't always know what's going to be coming through the door.
Uh-huh.
So I usually have like 2 or 3 options. Go. It's like, this texture and this texture and this color and this color. And so we have a bit of a discussion about which frock to wear today, what's there, and then put it together. And sometimes it's really easy, you know, it's just like I'm a genius. Another it's like I'm gonna go outside and have a cigarette. And a little no, I'm all right. Just a little tear.
Because I know you said RuPaul is, other than being a very enlightened being, is also very intense. So, but you guys have worked together for so long.
We're both very intense.
Yeah, so I can imagine that creative process when you're both getting ready to make the monster look.
You know,
can be a
we've
little
been
bit
working
intense.
together for so long, and we understand each other, and we understand each other's not no-go zones, but it's like if I'm irritating him, or if I'm doing something that he'll just go, and I go like, oh, okay, that means step off, and it's like
Right.
fine. It's like so you don't have to go through a lot of protocol because it's like you're giving me heebie-jeebies. It's just like I can tell by the way, and he does it with me. It's like if I'm feeling tense or something, he'll just like take a break. It's cool. So we don't have to have big discussions about it. But it is really, it's like one of my longest relationships.
Yes,
We've
now,
been in
30 years?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Started, like, you know, I met Rue in '89, and she totally dissed me on the dance floor.
She did? Where was that at?
You know, it was in one of those clubs.
One of those clubs.
One of
in
those
the East
cl-
Village somewhere?
I think it was. All I remember was I was like, hello, and Rue was obviously in full hostess mode.
And was this like Star Booty?
It was the Star Booty.
Streetwalker era?
Yes, that was like the little peasant blouse and the little skirt. And the
Okay.
heels, the tiny skirts.
Oh, I mean,
With her
one of
waist
my
cincher.
favorite eras.
Right, wig, flower on side of head, and then just hook it out. And she was in hostess mode. And I was like, I think you're amazing. But it's that thing that people do. It's like, I love you so much. It's like, thank you so much. It was that moment. And I was like, oh. But we started, because we worked with Suzanne Bartsch. Suzanne Bartsch kind of started
Right.
the whole Matthew Zoldi train. And we really sort of bonded. We really bonded with Rue in Japan.
And had you started doing Rue's looks at that time?
No, that's when it was just when he was trying out Supermodel, I believe.
Right, the out-of-town tryouts for Supermodel of the World.
It was just fresh, and so he's just trying out some material, and he said, "Oh, you know, I'm going to do this album. I'm going to do this. Would you guys help?" And it's like, "Oh, yeah, that'd be great."
And that was you and Zaldi.
Yeah. And so that's where we went from there.
And then that sort of blew up like crazy in a big way. I mean, I guess that was a slow burn to begin, because that was like an underground single.
I guess so. It happened fairly quickly, though. Once it's like it was what, '92.
Yeah, I think so.
And because I think the first thing I remember doing with Rue was one of those little pictures for Vanity Fair with George Holtz. Why do I remember that? And that was the first time that we did it.
Yes, you did.
Me and Rue together.
And that was where she kind of changed, like it was working with you that changed that look from streetwalker to glamazon that we all
was
started
Rue's
to know.
decision. Rue, was with the song Supermodel
Right,
of
of
the
course.
world. She arrived there at her own pace and realized that this was the way. And people are like, why don't you do it differently? So it's just like, kids, there's a formula. And we don't really fuck with the formula. I tried dark hair
Yeah, right.
for Red Hot
Red Hot.
RuPaul,
We all remember Red Hot.
which was gorgeous.
I mean, it's never not been gorgeous, Matthew. I'll tell you that much.
But the blonde thing is like all the markers have to be there, so that you instantaneously know what that is.
Right.
And that's what you're gonna get.
And you say there's a philosophy behind the look.
There is a philosophy behind the look, and it's basically my personal philosophy.
Yes.
Which is no matter how extreme it all goes, to keep it somehow soft and real feeling. I know that sounds ridiculous on a drag queen, but Rue is very feminine looking.
Yeah.
And every time I look at it, it's like, back in the good old days, people weren't sure exactly what it was. And when we first did the Supermodel video, I said, let's strip all the makeup off. I think for Supermodel it was eyebrows and eyelashes and a lip, because the less makeup he wore, the more female he looked. So all along we've tried to keep him really approachable. No matter how extreme it might seem, there's still something about it that is edge, like the edges are knocked off, the skin feels like skin, because it's a lot of makeup.
I mean, and it's a look that is lit from within, Matthew.
Yeah,
Every time RuPaul comes out, I'm like, where's the light bulb inside of the face? Because it's just the light is just emanating from not only RuPaul, but the paint is lit. It's just lit up.
It's
lights up her face.
I love working with Ru. Ru's of course, Ru's my favorite drag queen.
Oh, well, I would hope
to speak.
so.
Well, you know, it's been such a great trip, and it's not over, and it's not over yet.
No, it actually seems like it's growing bigger than ever.
I think it's amazing. I think that she looks more beautiful now than she did 15 years ago.
I mean, she still looks as gorgeous, if not more gorgeous.
I think she looks actually, to me, the younger was very fuller looking, and now she's gotten older. All the bones have sort of come together.
They are.
It's like supermodels. It's like I don't think they look like, most people don't really look their best until they hit like around the mid-30 mark, when everything, like all that last.
The baby fat disappears.
The last
and the
vestige, like
bones
when you
start
look at
to
like
come out.
Cindy Crawford, I never understood Cindy Crawford's face when she was younger, but you see her now and it's like, oh my God, you're beautiful. Mm-hmm. But she was cute when she was younger. She was Cindy,
Yes.
and that's RuPaul's like a Cindy. It's like don't really like to be working with Cindy Crawford, and it's like, no, we don't. I have to look like Cindy. I have to look like Cindy, so it had to be the big hair and everything. It's like that was what Cindy was, and she knew that people wanted to see Cindy.
Right. And it's the same with RuPaul. You always
Yes.
want to deliver
Right.
that thing
It's-
that you're expecting.
Right, but then try to like mix it up and throw in surprises and give them, something
I mean,
to talk about.
you do have a lot of little twists to each look,
Yes.
which is why I would like to play a little round of The Look Goes As Follows.
Oh, okay.
The look goes as follows.
All right. So we are going to show a couple of just some different selections of some of your looks for RuPaul over the years.
Please
And
do.
we can talk about the inspiration and what you were going for and what moment in time it was and whatever else.
I hope I can
But
remember.
If you can't remember, it's okay.
My sense of timeline is horrifying, but I will do my very best.
Timeline failure with Matthew Anderson, yes. All right, let's take a look at the first look. Well, this is a current one.
Not with what, last week?
Yes.
Yesterday. Well, that was interesting because we got the dress, and it was a handful. There was a lot of folding going on, but the thing on her head is the belt. It was like, because it was supposed to go around the waist, and she kept putting on. I was like, oh, this isn't working very well. I said, oh, I've got a scathingly brilliant idea. And it wasn't meant to be a rabbit. It just kind of ended up sort of all rabbity.
It sure did, because look at this next picture. There they are. There they are. Now, you've always said that RuPaul's a little bit glamour and a little bit Bugs Bunny.
She's kind of Diana Ross and kind of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, exactly.
And Bugs Bunny is my first intro into drag. As a
right,
child,
of course.
he was amazing.
Yes.
And he, just as camp as Christmas. So, but it's that sort of yuck Borscht Belt sort of humor.
Yeah.
And Ru has that. It's like,
He certainly does. And this was also, I think you described it as like a Franklin Mint, that little plate.
oh,
of RuPaul.
we got into a whole slew of making plates for DragCon.
Yes.
And they had me design, so I was just like, for days, it's like I'm making plates, I'm making plates, I'm making plates. So that's not a plate that they're going to use. And I thought, it's like, here's a plate I'd like to see. And I just built it.
Oh my goodness.
But I've built so many plates in the past week. I've been doing a lot of retouching and poster making and graphics. Because, when I'm not doing makeup, I will do work for World of Wonder, like graphics and posters and,
Yeah.
and keeping the RuPaul thing, like that sort of, because I'm the only person that photographs RuPaul.
That is the case. It's just you and her and
Yes.
making all those looks.
And that's at her behest. It's like it's more about, it's like Ru gets into drag for a month every year
Right.
or so. And that's it. People are like, why don't you come and she's like, Pay me.
Pay it.
Right.
Yeah, we get RuPaul for that moment. And it seems like they always squeeze everything in.
Oh my God,
to that
it's-
one
it's-
time, every video, every look, everything. So that means you must be on overdrive.
It's crazy. It's like busier than a one-legged man in a butt-kicking competition.
Right.
No, because it's like, get a picture, but it's like, what happens? It's like, get her ready, out the door. And it's been really good because the past couple of seasons, the door's there and she can walk through it and out onto set. So I usually have lights set up and I get like maybe 20 frames, but it's banged through really fast.
Right.
Then she's up and she's on. And once she's done her thing, the shoes come off, the corset comes off,
And it's done.
and the comfy pants go on and she sits behind. It's like if I want her to do something, it's like something particular, I'll say, would you please? And it's not a problem. But usually, because it's from there up, they're all
that's the secret.
they're all
behind the
doing
desk.
they're all doing news presenter. You know,
Right.
they're all just basically wearing boxer shorts behind the desk. It's like, because there's no reason to sit
Right.
in a
once we've seen
corset.
it. Oh no.
No, honey.
So yeah, that's the secret, is behind the desk. Once RuPaul is giving us the look,
Right.
it's back to pajama bottoms.
Well, yeah, basically.
I love
mean, she
that.
still looks
I
glamorous.
just love that you get her done, you take the photo, and she's out on the set,
Right.
and then back for maybe a video shoot, and
Right.
then it's
Those days
done.
are planned. It's like, and usually a Tic Tac lunch day is a day when she's fully done up where it's not a long stretch for her to do that. So that usually means I'll just throw her into.
Right. Once she's made up in the look as
Once
the
it's
monster.
done, yeah, you just keep slapping things on it and
Yeah, you sell this. Here's another thing,
Right.
another poster. Get her together, get her scheduled,
Basically.
get it going. I mean, as it should be.
it is. I just hand it
When
along.
the work has been done, you gotta take advantage of it.
It's not Rue's favorite thing in the world at this point to be in drag.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And as we've come along, it's not getting more comfortable. It's getting less so.
Right. And her patience is probably growing thinner with it all.
Yes. I mean, Rue's patient with me. It's like,
Right.
And part of our process is, if it's like, you've been in there for hours, and it's just like, I know, but it's like, but part of getting ready for the show is, and it's on my own time because we start really early. It's so that we don't have to like.
No rushing. And
Yes.
what is it like I mean, I know RuPaul gets up at 4:30 in the morning, or
That's just Rue.
super
though.
early. When do you guys start for a day?
We
like
usually
on a
start.
Tic Tac day.
For a judge day, we usually start at 6.
Okay. And then what time is it done at? Like when is the look done?
She's usually supposed to be ready to walk to set around 12:30.
Right. That's some serious painting time.
It's serious painting time, but it's not all. It's like always reluctant.
Painting and creativity and chatting.
It's a lot of chatting, a lot of television watching.
Oh, and what are you guys watching in the dressing room?
Golden Girls,
Oh, yes.
Murder, She Wrote.
Wonderful.
Those are the two main ones.
Golden Girls and Murder, She Wrote. I love
Yes.
that. Those are my favorites too.
I know, I really love Jessica Fletcher because it's like, get out, you're going to die, Jessica's here.
Jessica's here. Everyone's gonna be murdered.
It's like, has anyone noticed that every time that woman shows up, there's somebody dead? And she always figures it out.
I know she does. There's a whole Jessica Fletcher wiki where she is the murderer.
I'm sure she is.
Let's take another look at another look.
A Luke, it's a Luke.
Oh, this was another one from the most recent collection
Yes.
of looks. That was for the cover of Attitude.
Attitude.
I mean, this look, not only are those legs just something to die for, but the face beauty. I mean, that's that lit from within, classic,
Right.
just throwing it away.
That's my stock standard makeup. Which is all shades of beige. Because I can always color change things.
Oh.
So if I keep things neutral, then because that was the Attitude magazine cover, she did not have a magenta lip. She had a beige lip.
Oh, so
But it
you
just
can-
seemed right to
Right.
change her nail colors, put some lips on her, and match it all up.
Because you're not only doing the makeup and the hair, you're taking the picture, and then you're doing the after effects
Yes,
too.
darling.
Darling,
I am a
that is
one-stop
it.
shop.
One-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
That is it. I mean, why work with anyone else when this is what happens? Oh
Right.
my God.
I will say, I am quite good at it.
Oh yes, I would agree.
Thank
I
you.
would agree. Let's take a look at another look. This is another one of the more recent looks.
Yes, that's last week.
Oh, that was last week. And now this is a classic Zaldi dress and a classic wind-blown. What would you call that hair look?
I don't know. It's the biggest one to date. We've never. Oh no, I used to do her windblow. I used to do. I used to love a shag on her. Sounds wrong. I used to love doing a shag on her. I used to do with a hairdryer and a can of hairspray. Like,
And what would that would just be like?
no, this one's really nice. I liked it because it's big. It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, when you turn sideways, it goes all the way back. It doesn't look very labored. It looks like it's just like, oh, just
Just throw it up and twist it
put a
and
little
go.
chopstick up into it and gone. But yeah, it's kind of a. Well, it's actually usually it's always big down hair. So up hair is a fairly recent thing for Rue.
And up and to the side.
Always to the side. I don't know why.
Just gives it a little extra that
a little-
RuPaul twist.
I know that symmetry is what beauty and symmetry are synonymous.
Yes.
But I always like something with a bit of a quirk on it. Just to.
And proportions, right? You talk a lot about the proportions of how to make shoulders look more feminine when the hair is bigger.
Yeah, well, it's like if you've got big shoulders, get a bigger head.
Oh my goodness, Matthew, you've been such a delight on the show. So fun to have you, and you've
thank
done
you.
so well, darling. You snatched a trophy, honey! Yes!
I'm a
winner! And you've also gotten yourself a lap dance!
Oh. Yes, girl.
All this.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Now, don't worry, y'all. I know y'all are losing your mind. Matthew will be paying Look at Her in the after show. So make sure you click this link right here.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna
to
pay
see
sorry.
Matthew tell you
I'm
what
sorry,
he
look,
thinks about all
I'm
the
being
queens.
distracted.
Lady Red, take us out with some Black Lady Screaming.
Hey, Queen! Hey, Queen!
Wow, thank you.
Hey, Queen!
He's
Yes.
terrible. He's making him touch me. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Do
it's
it,
so
Matthew. Get
right.
on there. Get a good handful. You've earned it. You've earned it, Matthew.
Remarkably firm and well put together.
Yes, remarkably firm and well put together. All right, baby, we'll see you soon, and make sure you watch the Look at Her after show. Bye.